fishing, it's in my soul.
Welcome to the Salt Strong Podcast, disrupting fishing entertainment as you know it. Prepare to laugh. Prepare to get to know fishing legends in a whole new and unfiltered way. And on occasion, you might even learn a thing or two about fishing. Here's your host, Joe Simons. Like diamonds.
Why it's critical that you delete the phrase, I can't, from your speech, that you absolutely eliminate I can't from your vocabulary. And I got a really interesting and probably a relatable story that happened to my wife this past Sunday that I think you'll enjoy. So hey everyone, Joe Simons, like diamonds, back here, Salt Strong Unchurched. And this past Sunday was my little boy Jackson, Action Jackson. It was his 5th birthday. And we had a party for him late Sunday afternoon, really into the evening. And we had one of those little bounce houses for, him and his little friends. And it was so much fun just watching them, and it's so much energy when they're 4 or 5 and a couple of little almost 6-year-olds. They're just such a hoot. And I threw out the slip and slide. We have just a perfectly sloping backyard, and I threw out one of those long 75-foot slip and slides, and they were having a little contest to see who could take a little tube and slide all the way down, and we just had an absolute blast. And, afterwards we're cleaning up and, the kids are worn out. I'm worn out. Mom's worn out. We're just absolutely beat. And one thing that Jackson has slept with ever since he was a newborn, he spent quite a bit of time, I think 11, 12 days in the NICU. He basically wouldn't have survived had there not been the technology that there is today at birth. And, we spent the first 11 days not getting able to hold our son or really even touch him. He was basically in a bubble. And it was really, really tough. And one of the gifts that someone had given him was this monkey at the time. And now it's a small monkey, compared to his size at age 5. But at the time as a newborn, it was this massive monkey, and he slept with it pretty much every single night that I can remember. And we've had a couple times where we thought we lost monkey, and it was painful because it's like his buddy. It's something he constantly sleeps with, and I'm sure he'll outgrow it at some point. But at least for right now, he still likes the monkey. He calls them Cheetos. So we love monkey. Got to have monkey. Can't sleep without monkey. So imagine we got a 5-year-old who is 100% worn out. And, when they're worn out, nothing makes sense. Nothing comes out of their mouth that makes sense. They're just tired. They want to go to bed, and he can't sleep without monkey. So my wife and I are at wit's end trying to find this monkey, and it hit me because I remember we were inside early, and I was like, I know exactly where it is. And so she's like, I can't find monkey anywhere. I can't find monkey anywhere. Where is monkey? I can't find it. So she's saying this phrase over and over again. And the whole house is flipping out trying to find monkey. And it hit me. I was like, I know exactly where it is. It's in the bookshelf there in the family room. I was like, I know exactly where it was. So I explained to her where it was. She goes in. She comes back. She's now huffing and puffing. She's like, Joe, it's not there. I can't find the monkey. I was like, Lauren, and I'm trying to wash dishes and clean up all the other mess in the kitchen. And I was like, I promise you, I know it's there. I remember seeing it when I was walking through. It's hidden, not hidden. It's actually, you can see its face, but it's just perfectly propped up in the bookshelf on the left side, second row. I can visualize it. And she's like, it's not there. I'm telling you. I was like, just go look one more time and I'll come help. Let me finish. I had stuff all over my hands. We had ribs and stuff the night before, and I'm cleaning up all these old dishes. And so it's just a hot mess. And so she comes back again. Now she's mad at me. She's like, it's not there. Why do you keep sending me on wild goose chases? She's like, I can't find this monkey. And I'm hearing her say this over and over again. I was like, all right, I'm going to go check it. I was like, unless someone moved it, I know it's there. And I go up, and maybe you've done this before with something else, where maybe it's a kid, a spouse, and they're like, I can't find it. And it's right there in front of their face. And I go in, and it's exactly where I said it's going to be. And you could see it broad as daylight. And I'm like, she now doesn't believe me. She sees it, and she literally sees the physical monkey, and it's almost like her brain doesn't believe it. She's like, no, it was a setup. Someone just put it there. I was like, no, babe, it's been there the entire day. You literally said, I can't so many times. Your brain was blocking it out. And I remember Tony Robbins, if you follow him at all, he's got similar stories and talks about how we can block things out, including many good things of our lives and our minds, that we literally just can't see because we're telling ourselves we can't. We're almost fooling our minds and tricking our minds in a bad way. It can also be used for good. but we're almost like sabotaging ourselves, saying we can't do something that we really want to, or that we want to find in this case. And it hit me because I've tried to do this with our kids too. I'm not perfect on it, but anytime they keep saying, oh, I can't do this, or it's too tough, like, no, don't say that. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but start saying I can. You know what? This is going to be really tough, or man, this is going to be almost impossible, but I think with enough practice, I can do this. Or, you know what? I know I can find the monkey. And I guarantee had she said that at that moment, like, you know what? I can find this monkey. I can find this monkey. It probably would have appeared to her in that exact same spot. The monkey didn't move. It had been there for 6 hours, and she literally was looking in the exact spot I told her. She goes, I looked right there. I was literally like, I had to be staring at it. And my mind was, I kept telling myself, I can't find it. I can't find it. She literally was saying it over and over again. Isn't that nuts? I know Tony Robbins' example was with his spouse, and it was, for the salt or the pepper in one of the pantries. I think it was him in this case that couldn't see, and he's yelling at her. He's like, I can't find the salt and pepper. And she comes right up and like opens it up and like literally grabs it right in front of his face. It's sitting right in front of his nose. And he's just like, wow, I don't know how I missed it. Like, how was my brain playing tricks? And it's like, all because the power of saying I can't. So that is my challenge. This is going to be a short one because it's so simple and it's something we all need to do. There are obviously certain things that you can use in your life to maybe use this as a positive, right? Where there are things that you want to get away, like maybe it's alcohol or fast food or stuff like that could be good. Maybe tell yourself you're not going to be doing that kind of stuff. But for most of us, we need to focus on the positive, not so much the negative. Focus on the positive. Here's things that we know we can do. Yes, I know it's going to be hard to get a job promotion, or I know it's going to be hard to get, my kids to do this, or I know it's going to be hard to, if you're, a younger person, to be able to graduate college or get in the right college or get the right job or find the right person, the right mate, whatever it might be. Start saying I can more. The second, and so many of us do it. I see it on social media, just the way that people talk. And I remember this girl that I work with. She was the sweetest girl in the world. And I mentioned her before without saying her name in case she happens to listen to the show. But she always was self-sabotaging herself. She would with anything in life. Oh, I can't do that. I'll never have that. I'll always be poor. She's literally saying this stuff, and it's no wonder that we have these bad things come into our lives, or that we always stay poor, or that I'll never be a good water skier, or I'll never be a good salesperson, or whatever it might be that you're trying to get in your life. The more that you say you can't, you're almost solidifying the fact that you can't. The more you say you can, and you know what, I believe I can do this. With God's help, God, I'm praying on this. I know I can do it. I know with your help, I'm going to be able to do this. That's when magic starts happening. And I was very blessed to, at a young age, meaning, 20-something years old, to start really reading a lot of these business books. And isn't it funny that most of these books on business and success and even just personal development have a similar kind of concept? Like, stop saying you can't, start saying that you can, and then doing one step at a time, taking action on it. And it's amazing what can happen. And I believe when you combine that with faith, where the unchurched comes in, and an undying, like just relentless faith in God that He will make it happen with your help. That doesn't mean you don't have to take action, and you can just sit there on the couch and say it's going to happen. I don't believe that's possible either, just to sit there and only pray. You still have to take action. God still expects a lot from you if you expect a lot from Him, right? I mean, if you're asking for big things and saying, I can do this, I can get, whatever it is, my dream home, or I can give this much next year to a charity of my choice, or I can give this much to my church, or I can do this mission trip, or I can help this person who's in need. It could be a massive ask. And in return, God's going to ask Him big stuff for you, which is taking big steps, big leaps of faith, bigs, I wills, and then doing it. I think that's one thing so many people miss. So this is pretty simple. Stop saying I can't. The second that you see yourself or catch yourself about to say it, or if you've already said it, just almost reverse it. You know what? I can do this. And if you say it out loud to someone and just say, you know what? I take that back. I can do this. I know it's going to be hard. It might even just absolutely suck, but I can do this. I'm going to figure this out, and I believe I can do this. It's amazing what that does to your mindset. In my wife's case, I mean, I'm talking literally blinded because she kept saying I can't so many times. I mean, it's nuts, right? She was literally speechless. She literally didn't believe the monkey was right there, right where she was looking. It was in front of her. It was not hidden behind anything. It was literally 100% visible. It just happened to be in a bookshelf, and she checked that bookshelf. And somehow her brain was missing it because she kept saying I can't so many times. So start saying I can, even with your spouse or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your kids. Start correcting them. Get them saying, because you want positive people around you, right? They always say, you end up kind of being the average of the 5 closest people around you in terms of income and beliefs and happiness and fulfillment, right? Start being around positive people who are saying I can. I'm trying to, every single time my kids say it, and especially with kids, they say it a lot because stuff seems so tough. It seems daunting. And it's like, oh my gosh, how could I ever do that? Right? I'm not big enough. I'm not strong enough. Yes, you are. I can do it. And next time we'll tie in some, books of the Bible. I know with Jeremiah, there's so many stories, where people, even David, right? They think they're too small and I can't do this. I can never beat Goliath. I can never take on this army, right? How can I defeat these people? I'm outnumbered 100 to 1, 10 to 1, 1,000 to 1. I can never do this, God. And yet every time that they start believing in God, in the Bible many times says, yes, you can. And basically says, change your mindset, change your attitude. You can with my help. And I mean, there's some amazing stories in the Bible. And I want to keep continuing on this because so much of our life and so much of our happiness and so much of our fulfillment, so much of us being able to do what God has enabled us to do. I mean, we all have special gifts, but every time we start saying, I can't, or this is impossible, or it's not going to happen, you're literally just sabotaging yourself from all of God's big plans. So start saying I can, start having faith, start praying on it, and every day start saying I can do it. And if you want to take it a step further, what do you think I'm going to say? For those of you who are avid listeners, write it down. Write it down. I did that for so many times, and almost 100% of the time, it didn't happen every time, but almost 100% of the time, when I would write down something like, I can, like for my book, I was so intimidated to write this book, and I started writing down every morning, a few times a day, like I can be an author. I can publish a book by a certain date. And for many, I'm talking months, years, it was always like, oh, this isn't too intimidating. I don't even know where to begin. I'll never be an author. What if I just said that forever? And it turns out it wasn't that hard. It just took me writing, a handful of pages a day for well over a year. All of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, holy smokes, I got a book. And wow, Amazon made it really easy for you to publish a book in the matter of honestly 10, 15 days. And you don't have to go buy 500 copies and have them fill up your garage or a closet like you used to in the past to be a publisher. You can self-publish with just one copy now these days. And so it's so cool looking back at all the things that in my mind, I probably initially was thinking, I can't do that. That's just so tough. And now looking forward, how many times I've been able to almost just make things happen with the help of God by saying, I can, having some faith, writing down those goals, whatever they might be, and then taking action. So I hope this helps. I hope this touches the right person. Before every one of these podcasts, I come in here and record in my little podcast room, and I pray to God that this reaches the right person, even if it's just one person. If this is hitting home for you, take action, do something about it. I know there's something on your heart. There's something that's been on your mind. There's something that's just kind of been like, oh gosh, this is so intimidating. I know it's going to be tough. Maybe I can't do it, but I know I want to, and I know I'm like destined for this. Do it today. Take action. Write it down and start changing your verbiage, start changing your vocabulary, start changing your mindset, start saying I can, and then write it down and start praying to God to give you some vision, give you some wisdom to make it happen. And if you have some ideas, if you want help on direction or prayer or anything, let me know. I love getting emails from all of you. I read every single one. I try to get back to everyone. It's Joe, Joe, at saltstrong.com. Joe, Joe, at saltstrong.com. I'd love to hear from you. It's all my private emails. I don't have personal assistants or anything. It all comes right to me, and it's 100% confidential. So guys, thank you so much for all the support. It is so amazing to hear from you. So I really do want to hear from you. If you have anything I can help out with from this episode or any of the past, shoot me a message. Otherwise, definitely check us out on the next episode. Definitely subscribe to the Salt Strong podcast if you haven't, and share it with a friend. I don't ever run ads to any of this stuff. I don't make any money on the podcast. It's just something that I'm passionate about. And I want to share what's going on in my life and what I've learned from and what I read about in other books, etc. And so all I ask is share and subscribe. It means the world to me. I appreciate you. I love you. Talk to you on the next episode.
'Cause fishing, it's in my soul.